Hello everybody, my name is Alan, I'm from Sauber-Lab, and today will be another video about AI. In this video we're gonna explain a little bit more about GPT or ChatGPT and how can be useful for you in other applications, not only for a job replacement, the same way that I explained for the previous video, or the basics of programming, but you can do a lot of other things in this system. And in this video we'll show some examples of applications or usable stuff that you can do with this ChatGPT in the way that make your life easy, simple, and everything goes fast. You don't need to spend so much time to do the same level of activities that you need before. So if you like this idea and want to learn a little bit more about it, please don't forget to leave your like, subscribe for the channel, and let's understand a little bit more about it. So now is the time to start to talk about what they can do for you to make your life easy. Not only to replace some specific jobs, as I told before, but how they can make your life easy and make everything that you do fast and more efficient. So let's start with the first option that they can help you. The first option is that you have a personal write 24/7. What it means? It means that they can write any kind of text or any kind of things for you in a fast way, and that you don't need to worry about grammar or how to be polite as possible or to review it so much. So let's give one example. Suppose that you work in a company, and in this company you have a boss and they give another activity for you. And this extra activity will be overloading your time, and that you're concerned that you'll not be able to fulfill all your work. And in this way you wanted to have a quick chat with them and need to understand what activity that you need to drop. So in this way, you go to write an email for him, and that you write a business email to my boss, telling that I will start to work with that new job that you just give me, but I have other activity that will be delayed. Please, let's do a quick meeting and that you define priority for this. And in this way, you have two options. You can write this email, review it, and be as polite as possible, or simply you can go there and they either give the subject for you. So a request of meeting to define priority, new task assessment, and that's they will give you all the information. Only thing that you need to do is to change the name of the boss. So this one is fantastic because you don't need to write it specific, and you don't need to write only for a boss. You can write the same way for your colleagues. You don't need to be so formal, or you can write for your wife, or you can write for any style that you need. So if you want to change the style, you only request different styles and they will do it. Other thing that you can do, imagine that you don't want to write this one directly in a mail. You want to get a little bit more informal in a WhatsApp, but you still want to have all this information this way. So you go there and say, write it in a WhatsApp. And that they say, hey boss, we need to talk because you have lots of things, so please help me. In this way, they get exactly the same information that you could write in an email. They put in few lines in a WhatsApp, simplifying it. In this way, it's not only usable for your basic boss or writing styles, but you can write as you can request that you will have a minimum quantity of pages to write or quantity of lines to write. In this way, everything be easy and make your life easy. Let's go for the second option. GPT or ChatGPT can answer some questions for you. And this question will be a little bit different that you potentially gonna get in the Google. So let's suppose that it's close for Mother's Day and you need to find a present for her or for your wife, because your wife is a mother and that's she expects that her little kid will give something, but they will not give. So you need to plan something. If you go directly in the Google and you search, please give some creative options for my wife, you know what they will give you? Yes, they will give us some options for you. So they give some options for you, but not generic options. They will give some links for you. So if you want to give this one, they will say, oh, you can buy this one for Amazon and you can buy for Walmart. You can buy this one for this website. You can buy this one for this website. Not necessarily that it will be the best options, only some options that someone lose that time to affiliate it and will receive some bonus for it. So the problem for Google that they always give in this way. But if you go with the same question directly in the ChatGPT, they will give a different option. They will not give some affiliate links, or they will not give what you need to buy, but they will give suggestions for you to do, and that you can search specific for it. So the first option, they say a day in spa or spa day. And that's what you can do. You can go for book.com, or you can go for different websites and look a day on spa, and that they will give some options for you. You can get a weekend getaway for your wife, visit anyone that you want. That it's not the best option, but yes, you can give. You can give some cooking class, you can give some photo sections, and give a lot of other options, a little bit more generic, a little bit more creative for your needs. And either way, you can change a little bit. Suppose that you don't want creative, you want cheap. Let's go cheap options, and that they will give the cheapest options, or some cheap options that you can do as a present, and it will make her happy. Either way, I write cheap wrong, and that they already understand that I was talking about cheapish or not so expensive, and that they will say homemade breakfast. Yes, it's quite cheap, homemade breakfast. A homemade album, homemade gift basket. Everything that you not expend so much because you can do it yourself. One example, homemade breakfast. You can go get some eggs, some sausage, some bacon, bread, and make a full British breakfast. If she's vegan, you need to get some vegetarian. If she's vegetarian, you need to look for some vegetarian options. But yes, it's quite cheap. Different options for some cheap ideas for you. So it's not direct links the same way that you're gonna find in Google, but they will give us some ideas. Of course, they still quite limited the options that you have, or the informations, because they have only that data set, and that data set is not massive. It's big, really big, but don't have all the information. With the time and with more information, this data set will start to be more, and that they will give more and more information for you, and maybe will be more fine-tuned specific for your needs. Suppose that you live in a country that don't have this specific place, or don't have that specific information, they will look for something else for you in your place using the learning option. So now we told that ChatGPT can personalize text or writing for you. They can answer you the questions, but not it, they can do analogy as well. So they can try to help you to persuade something or some ideas that you want. So let's give one example. My daughter, I go to pick up her, and she has a boyfriend. And that I wanted to make an analogy about relationship for her, in order to make her to take care about relationship or think twice before keep this relationship. So in this way, I say I'm about to get my daughter in school, and she has a boyfriend. I want to make an analogy for it. And in this way, they will give some analogy for relationship and how to take care of relationship. I know that maybe it's not the correctly time, but you can use it. But not only for my daughter, I can use it in for my boss. Suppose that I wanted to leave my job, quit my job, but I'm not sure, or I wanted to be confident for my colleagues. So I wanted to make an analogy about change jobs, and that they will give some analogy for it. And it's quite interesting because each time will be a little bit different, and each time will be more specific for the information that you add. So in this way, you can make lots of different analogy without thinking, without the need to search about it. One example, as in the life, a change of job can be scary, but with the right mindset and planning, it can also be a new beginning for full of possibilities. So it's an analogy for change of jobs, not specific that you say, I want to change, but it will be all the steps for it. Next thing is to summarize or simplify some things. So let's say that I want to search about the internet and have a long test, and I have a few minutes. So I will copy all this information here, and I say, please summarize following text, and I paste it. So in this way, they will try to get all this information that I just put, either that I write wrong, they will try to understand it, and that will summarize it in a short words and make it to be fast. I will give one example. Imagine that you go for a new meeting, and that you just receive a report that have 10 pages, and you have a meeting in 5 minutes, and you want to understand what's important for this one, and that you wanted to read something and make. Sometimes have the summaries for the report, but sometimes don't have the summaries of the report. And you're not gonna have time to read the 10 pages before you go to the meeting, and you don't want to go there in the meeting without know what that information is about. You don't need to know some specific informations, but you need to know what's about. So in this way you can use ChatGPT for simplify for you. So you can have 10 pages, summarize in 2 or 3 paragraphs, and in this way when you go in the meeting you more or less know about what he's talking about. And of course, if he's still missing some information, some specific information, you always can go for that page and review it, but at least you know what's about. This is that's interesting. The same thing for email, the same thing for anything that you want to have all the information in shortest time possible, and that detail is not important. If detail is important, look like DNS, what's DNS, or what's information about this one, he will not give, but they will give the overall about the internet, overall about the information that you want. So it's really good for summaries, but not only to summaries. You can use as well for notes. I will give an example. Imagine that you are in school and you have a lot of notes, and in this way you want to make a summaries for your notes. You make 2, 3, 4 notes and you want to get a text it, or at least to be able to link it. I'll give you one example. I write a script for me to make a video how to install Z-Wave in my home assistant. So in this way, here's my note, and I want to summarize this note in the way that they will make a text for it. So I put summaries and I put all my notes that I did and I put enter. In this way, they will look for this note and connect each other and put some adjective and will make look like a quick summaries about my text. In this way, once that I have all this information, I can only put this one as a quick summaries, and that you don't need to properly word to rewrite it in the best way. Only recap, you can have for writing text as much as you want, you can use to answer questions as much as you want, you can make analogy as much as you want, you can summarize information, you can note to summaries, and you can use much more things. So don't lose this opportunity. Try to understand, try to use as much as you can, because all the new technology, when they come and it's good, they will be improve, and when you don't realize, it's already in the hand of everyone. So ChatGPT will be the start of AI, but it will not be the end. It will be exactly the same as internet. When they start internet, no one use it, no one think that it was so interesting, and nowadays no one can live without internet. So don't lose this opportunity and start to know about the system and start to know about the AI. So if you like this video and think that was interesting, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe for the channel if you're not yet, and see you next time. Bye.